I pick out my nighttime beard butter based on the next morning, whether it's going to be a wash day or a rinse day. If it is a wash day, I wear a heavier, full-bodied butter the night before. If it's just going to be a rinse day, then I go with a lighter beard butter. In this video, I'm going to give you guys some examples on those types of butters. I'm going to give you some reasoning behind what I do. But first, couple calls to action. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome to the video. If you are new, please consider subscribing. If you're returning, shout out to you guys. And everybody, if you don't mind, if you like this video, if you like this channel, please hit a thumbs up. Okay, let's get into it. The next morning, I do plan on washing my beard. Let's say it's a stripping bar soap, or let's say it's a liquid wash for a designed beard. I'm going heavier, full-bodied. Now, what is that? What does that mean? How can you tell? One way you can tell, and this is the easiest, is if a beard butter has beeswax, I always wash it out the next morning. If you wear balm that has beeswax or wax, beard wax, I do encourage you to wash that out. Rinsing will not get rid of it. Now, if you don't, is it going to kill your beard? Is it going to ruin everything? No, of course not, but it can build up over time. Let me give you an example here. This is a butter that I absolutely love. This is by West Y. This is a smooth, this feels lighter. It's amazing in beard, but the last ingredient is beeswax. It's a small amount of beeswax. This is a true beard butter. It's not a beard balm that's disguised as a beard butter. It is a beard butter, primarily for nourishment, but it can offer a little bit of styling and hold. And you might ask, well, hey, why would you even include beeswax? Beeswax is fantastic for a lot of reasons in beard butter. When it's done at the right ratio and the right small amount, it can help so it doesn't melt in shipping. It can help give a little bit of styling and control. And a lot of people forget beeswax has great nutritional value for your beard and even the skin underneath it. Now, we're not applying butter to the skin, right? But in case it does come in contact, beeswax has some good properties for it. I do have a video that's probably 2-3 years old now where I compare white beeswax and yellow beeswax and the benefits of both, but there's nothing wrong with beeswax. I feel like people give it a wrong name or a wrong kind of reputation, but I do want to wash it out the next morning. Other kinds of full-bodied heavy butters that you can tell are ones that have harder butters in there. For example, mango butter is a little bit of a heavier butter. Kokum butter is a little bit of a heavier butter. On the flip side, as compared to shea butter, which is probably one of the lightest, if not the lightest butters out there. So if it has beeswax, I wash it out the next morning, and I encourage you to do the same. Now, let's say the next morning I have planned for just a rinse day. I wash today, so I know tomorrow I'm gonna rinse unless life changes those plans. I go with a lighter butter, no beeswax, something that's gonna melt down real quickly. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, and there's lots of great examples out there. Really, any whipped butter is gonna be one, but unfortunately, whipped butters are not as common anymore because of shipping issues. I'm gonna make a video on that in the near future, but one of my go-tos that I just picked up that I had on the shelf for a light butter would be the Alley Cat. This is my favorite scent from them, and again, it's nice, it's light. When I wake up the next morning, and I take a shower and I'm just simply rinsing. I'm not using anything in my beard in the shower. It feels light, it feels free. All of those products go out. Now, will a beard butter fully absorb into the hairs? Not necessarily, but the light butters will simply be able to be broken up and get out of your beard by rinsing. Something like this, I have no problem on a rinse day because I do wear beard butter every single night. Now, let's get into the third category. There are some butters that do not have beeswax, but I do have to wash out the next morning because they are that real true full body butter. Now, some of these butters are such a full body butter that when I put them in hand the night before, I do have to add a couple of drops of beard oil to smooth it out a little bit. Because what I do not like for me personally, my longer, my thicker, denser beard, is when I apply beard butter, I don't like pulling. I do not want to put it in my beard and have hairs being prematurely pulled out. Now, let me give you an example. And let me make sure I make this very clear. This is a butter I love, but I do add some oil to it and I do rinse out with wash the next morning. I shouldn't even say rinse out. That's on me. I apologize. I do wash it out the next morning with either a beard bar soap or a liquid beard wash. And an example of that would be Artius Man. Now, this is where it gets tough, right? If you read the ingredients here, there's not a whole lot of stuff that would jump out to you to say, hey, this is a full body. This is one you should wash out. Shea butter, coconut oil, cocoa butter, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, jojoba, and then the blend of pure essential oils, right? On paper, you're like, whoa, no, that seems like a light butter. But it's one of those things that you can't really know until you try. I'm gonna try and do a better job of being conscious when I review things, when I talk about butters, to really give you guys that exact metric. Somebody reached out in the comments and said this. I apologize, I don't remember who it is off the top of my head. I didn't plan on like fully talking about this, but it seems to kind of make sense with the video. And they said, could you let us know when you review what that butter is like? And I thought that was a great comment and something that I could add, because it's not always apparent. It's the same thing with washes. People say, hey, on paper, how can you tell if it's a stripping wash or a gentle wash? Well, unless you have like a crazy background in science and the mixing of different ingredients and all of the process that goes into water-based products, you really can't tell. You can have some general rules of thumb, like if it's a bar soap, it's going to be stripping, right? This is that perfect example where on paper it may look like a light butter, but it's not. I do wash out Artiest Man that next morning. Another example, I love Bajoat butter, but it is one of those heavier butters. I do wash it out the next morning. So it just kind of depends on each one. A lot of this is going to be on you guys trying it and seeing how it works. Put it in your beard. If it feels heavy in the morning, if it feels kind of like sticky or tacky, you should probably wash it out. If it feels lighter and your beard is kind of breathable and feels nice and refreshed, you're probably good for a rinse day. Okay, let me come back. That's a lot of talk in 2 seconds to collect my thoughts and end this with a nice little conclusion. There is one thing I want to touch on with this conclusion, and that is my wash rotation is not perfect. I made a video several months ago where I've said like my simplified wash rotation, and pretty much what it is I plan on washing my beard every other day, and then some of those wash days I follow up with conditioner. So it's either a rinse day, a solo wash day, or a wash and conditioner day. I got rid of co-washing. I don't do that anymore. But I said I planned on, because let's say tomorrow is scheduled to be a rinse day, but when I wake up in the morning, I have a beard full of drool, which happens sometimes, right? I work hard and I sleep harder, right? I don't get a ton of hours of sleep. I get enough. But when I wake up, man, I feel like, ooh, my beard is nasty now because there's drool. Even though I had a rinse day scheduled, I'm still going to wash my beard. Now, with that said, let's rewind a little bit. What about the night before? Where's my mindset at? Tomorrow's a rinse day. I'm going to use a lighter butter. Okay, I wake up, now I have to wash. Is that an issue, washing my beard when a lighter butter was in the night before? No, not at all. The opposite could cause me some personal problems, right? Let's say that I plan on washing my beard the next morning and I use a heavier butter. If I decided I'm just gonna do a rinse day, it's not gonna work out so well because I like to wash out those heavier butters. But the good news is that doesn't come up. If I plan on I'm washing my beard, I always wash my beard. So that is a little tidbit that I wanted to throw in there. You gotta be a little bit flexible. You gotta kind of go with what your beard is giving you. And in that situation, I will switch up a rinse day and then I will wash. So what are your guys' thoughts? Is this something that is like way out of left field for you guys? You're like, no, man, you're thinking way too much. Or are you like, yes, I've been doing this, or I've tossed around the idea, I didn't know how to kind of articulate it or put it into practice? Let me know in the comments your thoughts, your experiences, and as always, most importantly, your questions. And I hope you guys notice, I really do my absolute best in a timely manner to get back to you, especially on those questions. I take pride in keeping up with the comments, no matter how many videos I do, no matter how many comments I get. I really want to make sure you guys know I read all of them, I value them, and I do my absolute best with having a full-time teaching job, with having 3 young kids, a beautiful life, and everything else. I really do put a stake in value in getting back to those comments. So thank you guys for watching today. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. This isn't something that I really talk about a lot, but it's something I do, I realized, and I want to share with you. So once again, guys, thank you so much. Dan C. Bearded, stay bearded and stay positive.